Okay, let's talk about one specific year, 2026, because something big is about to happen. You've got these two massive forces. On one hand, this mind-blowing brain-computer tech, and on the other, this tidal wave of new data privacy laws. And in 2026, they're set to collide, big time.
So let me ask you something. What if you could control your phone with just your mind? I mean, really think about it. Scrolling through your feed, sending a text, playing a game, all without ever touching the screen. You just think it, and poof, it happens.
Well, that sci-fi idea, it's not science fiction anymore. It's becoming reality. And the year everyone is pointing to is 2026. And no, this isn't just some far-off prediction. The technology is literally being tested in people right now.
But here's the crazy part. At the exact same time this tech is about to hit the big time, a brand new legal rulebook is snapping into place. A rulebook that's going to define, for the first time, what a thought actually is in the eyes of the law. And, maybe more importantly, who gets to own it. That's the collision we're diving into today.
All right, so first things first. Let's get into the absolutely mind-blowing technology at the heart of all this. Brain-computer interfaces. You'll hear them called BCIs.
In this world, there are really three main players you gotta know. You've probably heard of the first one, Elon Musk's Neuralink. They're famous for their super ambitious goals and these really high-density brain implants. Then you've got Synchron, a huge competitor that's taking a totally different, much less invasive path. And then there's the giant that could push this whole thing mainstream, Apple. Yeah, Apple is already working on building BCI support right into its software.
And this isn't just theory. Meet Nolan Arbaugh. He's Neuralink's very first human patient. Nolan is quadriplegic, but with his implant, he can now do things like play online chess and post on social media, all of it just by thinking. A thought literally becomes a tweet. It's just an absolutely incredible leap forward.
And it's not just Neuralink making these breakthroughs. Over at Synchron, the other big player, a man named Mark Jackson, who has ALS, used his implant to hook up to an Apple Vision Pro. He got to virtually explore the Swiss Alps, controlling everything with his brain. This is huge because it shows how BCI is becoming just a normal way to interact with our devices. You know, like a keyboard or a mouse, but for your mind. Okay, so how do they do it? Well, the two companies take completely different paths to get into the brain. Think of it like this. Neuralink is going right through the front door. They use this custom robot to perform open skull surgery, putting over 1,000 super thin electrode threads directly into the brain tissue. It's really invasive, but the goal is to get the most data possible. Synchron, on the other hand, is kind of like sneaking in through a secret passage. They use a much less invasive method, going up through a blood vessel, like the jugular vein, to place this stent-like device in a vein next to the motor cortex. No open skull surgery needed at all. And the ambition here is just staggering. Seriously, Neuralink isn't just content with controlling devices. Their next giant project is called Blindsight. And the goal? To completely bypass damaged eyes and feed visual information directly into the brain. They think they can restore sight even for people who are born blind. And get this, human trials are planned for late 2025 or early 2026. They're aiming for the first results that very year. Okay, so that's the tech side of the story. Absolutely wild, right? But while all that was happening, a whole other story was unfolding in parallel. The explosion of data privacy laws. It's like while the engineers were busy building these incredible BCIs, lawyers and politicians were just as busy building a completely new rulebook for our digital lives. And here's what that looks like. In the US, there isn't one big federal privacy law, so the states have decided to do it themselves. And by 2026, we're looking at a whopping 18 states with their own major data privacy laws. It's creating this really complex patchwork of rules that companies are going to have to figure out. And you can circle the date on your calendar, January 1st, 2026. That's when a whole new wave of these laws officially kicks in, giving millions of people brand new rights over their own data.
But this is the really crucial part. 2026 isn't just about having more laws on the books. It's about a huge shift in attitude. We're moving from just making the laws to aggressively enforcing them. Regulators are now handing out serious fines for violations. So these rules are no longer just words on a page. They have real financial teeth.
So there you have it. You've got this game-changing brain technology on one track, and this aggressive new data regulation on another. And in 2026, those two tracks are set to merge. They're going to collide and create a brand new legal reality, one where your thoughts are officially, legally classified as data. And the key to this whole thing is a brand new legal term, neural data.
This is a totally new category of information that's being written into our laws. Basically, it's any information that comes from your brain activity, from neurotech, or even from biometrics that can guess at what you're thinking or feeling.
And here is the exact flashpoint. On July 1st, 2026, a new law in Connecticut kicks in, and it officially adds neural data to the list of sensitive personal data. So what does that mean? It means that, legally speaking, your brain signals are about to get the same level of protection as your private health records, your genetic information, or your exact GPS location. So this leads us to the absolute core question of this whole new era, right? When a machine can read your thoughts, what happens to the thought itself? What does it become when it's no longer just a fleeting idea in your head, but a permanent, storable piece of data with a legal definition?
Let's just walk through how this actually works. It all starts with a simple intention in your mind, right? Something like, I want to click that icon. The BCI implant reads the unique brain signal for that specific thought. Then, software instantly decodes that signal into a command your phone understands, and right there, in that split second, a permanent data log is created. A digital record of your brain activity for that one thought.
So this is the new reality taking shape for 2026. A world where the human brain is basically just another device on the network. But there is one last crucial piece to this puzzle that makes the whole thing work in real time.
And that final piece is something called Edge AI. You see, for a long time, all the heavy lifting for AI happened in the cloud on massive servers. But now, we're putting powerful little AI chips directly into our personal devices, our phones, our watches, our headsets. And what that does is it allows for instantaneous, real-time processing of really complex data, like, say, your neural signals, right there on your device without any lag.
Okay, so let's put it all together. This is the paradigm shift of 2026. Brain-computer interfaces become a real consumer product. Apple makes controlling your phone with your brain a standard feature, just like using your voice. Your brain signals get classified as legally protected sensitive data, and the Edge AI in your pocket makes it all happen instantly. So what's the bottom line? A brand new market is born, a market for the most personal, most intimate data you can possibly imagine, our actual thoughts.
Look, the promise here is absolutely extraordinary. We're talking about restoring movement, sight, and communication for people who've lost them. It's incredible. But let's be clear about what's happening. We are building, for the very first time, a direct, high-speed connection between the human brain and the digital world. So as we stand on the edge of this new reality, the question we have to ask ourselves isn't just about all the amazing things that could go right, it's what could possibly go wrong.